It has been an epic two-night event on The Bachelorette, and we are beyond excited to have none other than JJ Lane in our studio. JJ, what's going on?
Just got back from the dentist. Decided to join you guys, but a very special dentist. You guys might know him, huh?
A very special dentist indeed. And you guys are going to find out what the Bachelor Nation connection is right now because the show starts in 3, 2, 1. We are breaking down the absolute wildness that went down during this week's epic two-night Bachelorette event. We saw some tears, some tonsil hockey, and of course, that dreaded two-on-one date we all love to hate. Plus, Bachelorette alum JJ Lane is in the studio to give us the real deal on who he thinks Rachel will choose. And our resident Bachelor queen, Ashley I, is spilling all of the tea with the living legend that is Chad Johnson. It's all happening right now on True Showmance, The Bachelorette. Today's episode is brought to you by Secret, stress tested for women.
Ironic or what?
Oh my
It's
God.
ironic and then it's real. That's how it works.
What is up, Bachelor Nation? Welcome back to True Showmance. And we are in for a real treat tonight because not only were we straight up blessed up with a two-night Bachelor special this week, but also as a True Showmance first here on our show, we have decided to go live, in case you can't tell, right here, right now. We're live just as the Tuesday night episode was ending, and you guys are going to want to get like real cozy because we have got 4 hours of television ground to cover, and all thanks to Secret. We are back at it again with lots of exciting things in store, and of course, I could never possibly do this alone without my co-host, so please help me welcome back to the show my girl Erin.
What's up? You said a 4-hour show. This isn't a 4-hour show, we promise.
No, we're not going to be here for 4 hours, just about an hour or a little less. We've also got a clever friend, and I have to point out that as another first on our show, the ladies have officially been outnumbered by the guys because joining us is our good friend and Clevver alum, Jarrett Sleeper.
I graduated from Clevver. I've matriculated from Clevver. Yes, thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
And we've also got, you guys, get excited because we have a very special Bachelorette alum joining us in the studio. It is JJ Lane from Caitlin Bristow's season. He is in the hot seat. So, JJ, you are here. You are ready to go. What have you been up to?
Obviously not getting a black eye like the guy sitting next to me.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm jealous right now of your look.
All you gotta do is go back on The Bachelorette.
That's how I roll.
Oh,
Rough
yeah.
play.
He's got some Band-Aids in there for
It's
you.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I would be remiss without introducing our barista, Dadams, Rylan, who is hanging out with us once again today. You're going to be like reading the comments, doing all the things, right?
That's my job, Jocelyn. All show long, I'll be reading off your comments, your questions, your concerns. So make sure you're firing up the comment sections, both on YouTube and Facebook. First of all, I want to shout out a few people for watching. Jesse Hersey and Kara Fleming. We see you and we love you. But back to me in a while, Jazz.
Okay, yeah, keep those comments coming. Okay, you guys, so one of my big takeaways on this season, and really like other seasons too, but especially this season, is that everyone seems to be so good at lying. It's honestly an art. So we are going to try to play 2 truths and a lie later on in the show. Then at the end, we're going to be revealing what our lies were, so you're going to want to stick around for that. But first things first, we need to talk about the epic mess that was this 2-on-1 date. So let's take a look.
I had the conversation that I wanted, and I feel good about that conversation.
Lee told me that you were very violent with him. He said that you pulled him out of a van.
This short stack southern piece of garbage. Oh God. He doesn't get the pellies in her anymore with his. This is what snakes do. They slither from place to place.
I don't think this was fair to him, and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, I feel like this was so misleading to show the cut
Definitely
on his
misleading.
eye. Not fair.
Not fair.
What did you guys think about this 2-on-1? You're laughing.
I mean, I'm an alum of a 2-on-1, so.
So you can like take us
yeah.
deep in.
Yeah.
What is it like to be on a 2-on-1? Like nothing gets more awkward, right?
I mean, I think these two guys probably knew pretty early on that they will be pitted against each other. I mean, it's like, you know, Roman times. Like, you'll be in the gladiator pit and you will have to battle it out. And the sad part is like, you almost know who's going to be sent home too. You know, like I felt like the deck was so stacked against me. Like I said my goodbyes like the night before the guys like had a group date where they did like eulogies. And I was like, I hope you guys wrote one for me because I'm clearly going to be going home right now.
And what's the deal with them always on 2-on-1 sending everyone out into like the wilderness or like the woods or something? Like why?
Where was yours?
Yeah. Mine was called the Ireland's Eye, and it was a godforsaken rock off like in the middle of the ocean in Ireland. And I remember like
They're like
these
they left us
holes.
one knife and said figure
There
it
were
out.
holes on this island that were like these massive things, and there were like rabbit carcasses everywhere. And no one could figure out what was killing these things, and we're having a picnic like on a blanket, and it was like not idyllic. It wasn't actually romantic. And so then once I got, shipped off, they're like, okay, we want you to walk down this like rock crag and look really forlorn as you see Caitlin and the guy that she left with boat drive away. And we want you to pretend like you got just stranded on this island.
And did you do it?
The whole time I was laughing, but the camera was behind me. And I was just like, I can't believe how this is going to play on TV. Like, unbelievable. Like, I am the guy that got deserted in the middle of Ireland.
Well, at least it made for a good story.
And it was freezing cold. It was windy. Like, I had like this flock of seagull thing with my hair where it was just completely blown over. I mean, yeah.
On this episode, they took your gladiatorial metaphor very seriously.
Yeah.
With the Viking thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to do any, fisticuffs, wrestling, greasy stick,
Fisticuffs
whatever
is
that
my
was?
new
Grease stick. Grease
favorite
stick.
word.
When they held the stick
grease
together.
stick game.
The grease stick.
Did you see
This
that?
sounds, no, I didn't see this, but I mean, as you're describing this,
Yeah,
this
these
sounds like
guys just-
something that you do
they grab
that
a,
I don't want to know in your
They
personal
grab a
life.
greasy stick.
It is, actually.
See?
Tell me about your grease stick.
Oh my
Have
gosh.
you
Okay,
seen it?
Give me your
well,
no, a grease stick, guys.
can
We're not
talk
saying
about
it's in
this
the show.
all day, but we're getting a little
the
carried
show.
away. I'm going to give you
I
a
don't
little
want to
bit
know
of
what your web
context.
history looks like, man.
Clear it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Jarrett,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a little bit of context right now.
Great.
Before we go any further, we're going to take a quick look back at your experience, JJ, on The Bachelorette, because if fans who are watching maybe
Thank
forgot or didn't know, you had one of the most memorable bromances, maybe like in history, not just on the show. And truthfully, this video that we're about to show is one of my favorite things I've ever seen. It's straight
Do
up
I get a
love.
rebuttal after this airs?
Yes, you do. Take a look, take a look, take a look.
Hot tub? Can we take our stuff off?
I think a lot of the guys in the house have been annoyed with JJ and Clint. Looks like their egos kind of got in the way and kind of secluded themselves from the rest of the house, just doing weird stuff.
I was obsessed with turtles forever. Like, I'm a turtle guy.
Which turtles are cool.
Turtles are awesome. They're the coolest.
I love turtles.
They're the coolest.
JJ and Clint, I honestly think that they're so into each other that they just honestly are blind. They don't realize what they're doing.
You're such a good dude. Like, I really like you.
I think they're just all about each other. Not Caitlin.
I feel like I've connected with JJ probably more than Caitlin right now because we're just so similar. It's actually absolutely insane. I never thought that I'd meet someone like that here. We've grown very close, almost too close, I think, at times, in the room and stuff like that, and in the shower. The possibility of coming onto The Bachelorette and falling in love with a man never crossed my mind. But I believe in the process, and at this point, I'm a success story.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I have
Beautiful.
to say I've never seen that clip, but now I'm such a huge fan of yours.
JJ, rebuttal from the audience, from the crowd. Is that like creative editing or what?
Gosh.
Or truth. Was it real?
Yeah, did you find love with your bro?
In a hopeless place?
I'm not the one wearing the fanny pack talking about the greasy stick, okay?
I'm fine with a good bromance. Hey, we cracked open a cold one together. Don't act like you don't know.
That was a tough situation, but thank goodness our friendship, has remained.
Exactly.
Has it? Do you guys talk about turtles still?
No, I kind of let him go down like the rabbit hole on the turtle thing on his own. You know, we kind of keep it, you know, just strictly Greco-Roman wrestling discussion, and that's it.
Beautiful.
Got it.
Oh, well, I loved it. I think you guys were such good sports because, like, honestly, shout out to whoever edits The Bachelor. It is truly an art. Like, Bachelor
no,
and
not shout out
Bachelorette.
to you. Bad word to you. Thank you. You're not the one that had to wake up every morning and explain it to your parents, you know, and your grandparents. Oh, are you, like, do you fall in love
You're
with
like,
a guy
oh,
on TV?
no. Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, we have a fun treat for you because you are
Oh.
such a good sport. We've never had this happen before,
boy.
but we actually had a fan send in a video message for you.
Oh, boy.
Honestly, though, it's actually more of a question. So I wanted to share this with you and everyone else out watching because I think it's something the world needs to see. So let's take a look.
Hey guys, long time fan, first time caller. Had a question for your guest, John Henry Lane. Interesting hairstyle you're sporting nowadays. Just wanted to get your take on what you're going for here with kind of the Chris Bryan pseudo mohawk mullet thing. Was wondering if it's some kind of business in the front, party in the back idea, or if it's just a straight up cry for help. Look forward to your response, bud.
Oh my gosh, is that a diagram? Oh, did he like
Yeah.
literally sketch you out? That's amazing.
Also, shout out to Clint. He's so sweet. He sent us that little video question. But truthfully, we actually have mutual friends with Clint. We haven't had the chance to have him on our show yet. But he's such a great sport to like participate in our show. And you guys are still, like you said, really good friends. And your hair looks great, by the way.
I don't see a
I
problem
like this
with it.
haircut.
I
Yeah,
do.
I agree.
But, by the way, the flack I have been taking for the last 48 hours with this haircut from him.
Why?
Wow, yeah.
It is kind of Pippi
love
Le Pew.
No, what are you talking about? It's got like a Vision Quest vibe.
But it's cool.
I really like
I like it.
Well, here's the thing. This is an upgrade. I had a mullet prior, so I mean,
Oh.
I feel like
Downgrade,
I'm
actually.
upgrading right now.
Listen, I think it takes confidence to rock a mullet. I'm just saying.
Did you have a full mullet? Like a MacGyver mullet?
No, I
Dreams
mean,
becoming
I didn't have the good flow all the way, but I mean,
feel
I've
that. I
had
get
it
it.
multiple times.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Can we get a little side shot of your hair just
Oh,
for the
yeah.
world to see?
I mean,
Ooh, yeah.
Good look. That's a good summer cut. That's a good look.
I mean,
That
look,
looks like Pippi
I mean,
Le
if it
Pew.
works for the NL MVP, Chris Bryant for the Cubs, why
Why
can't it
wouldn't it
work
work
for
for
you
you?
know the guy
Are
that
we
was
speaking
supposedly gay in The
English?
Bachelor? I mean, geez.
It looks
Yeah.
fantastic. Also, thanks to Clint for sending in that message. That was awesome. And now that we got all of that off our chest, we've got a lot to still go over about the 4 hours of TV that we're talking about. So right now, I want to take
Take
a
your
look
Adderall, buckle
Yeah,
up.
settle
We're gonna
in.
be here
Yeah,
for
Get
settle
some
in,
snacks.
guys. I want to take a look at the group date that happened yesterday. I truthfully don't even know where to start between the outfits, Peter's butt grab, that Coach Tom guy, the guy who was wearing the banana hammock over his like wrestling suit.
We have a guy
Important
wearing a banana
safety.
hammock,
Weird.
a butt grab, and Clint and I are the gay guys on the show. Like,
Yeah.
where's the justice?
Exactly. Justice
fair.
will be done, you guys. So take a look. We've got a clip for you right here.
Red team's gonna totally crush it. For us, we got Rachel, the MVP, so it's not looking good for Team Blue.
Go, go, go. Big Rachel, I'm not taking it easy on you today.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna use my hand today. I'm gonna get real handsy.
Buddy up, buddy up.
I thought the guys would be a little bit nervous about playing a new sport, but they totally embraced it, stepped it up, and impressed me. And I'm hoping they can continue to do that tonight at the after party.
Big red, big red.
All right. So, you guys, that was a clip from one of the most amazing group dates I've truly ever seen. What do we think about those costumes or uniforms?
I feel like
singlet?
Jared Sleeper has worn.
I do. I
You've
wear
worn this around the
singlets.
office before.
Yeah, totally. Normally.
I feel like it's a nice visual for the audience.
Yeah, she like knows what she's getting herself into.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
was very impressed by Peter's
Well,
look,
I mean,
particularly.
You have to consider
Yeah.
weather factors,
There's a lot else going on.
humidity. There's
Straight
a
up-
lot. Don't be judging
Yeah.
some guy by how he fits
Just
in
straight
a
up-
singlet,
No, no, no.
okay?
I was impressed by all
Also-
of them. I wasn't saying that there was anybody that was bad.
Compression. Also, you're triggering life and death, fight or flight stuff. You know when you're
So mine
competing
would have been
with
by
other
the
men.
knees.
So all of your
Yeah,
blood
well,
rushes
that's
to
a
your
So one
heart.
of two things happen. You get a huge combat boner just to threaten your enemies, or it just tucks up in there so that you protect your vital organs
and the
from
blood
wounds.
goes through your muscles.
You can't. Yeah, you can't judge.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I was not judging for the record.
This is what happens, okay? Blood runs away from your extremities in case you get a mortal wound so you don't bleed out quickly.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Exactly.
Science.
It's natural.
It is
Science.
#science. So much science happening on The Bachelorette.
Anyway.
Really quickly, though, I got to give a shout out to Coach Tom, who was the one who actually showcased how to play handball to the whole group. And to quote him directly, handball is life. And he was literally 100% serious. And my girl Rachel seems to have a similar sense of humor, although I think he was serious, because she tweeted it last night. And she also tweeted out a bunch of other awesome stuff that we are actually going to be showing here on our screen. We're going to be pulling up these tweets. That one was from Coach Tom, like I said. And then we have another tweet that is coming from Rachel Lindsay that said, that last night I thought Kenny was hitting a dance move at the rose ceremony. Today I know it was a snake. Did you catch that during the episode last night?
He was saying
like a Lee ref?
Yeah.
And he was like doing like some weird snaky dance moves, and she thought, well, that's what he was doing, but actually, oh no,
Lee
no,
was a
meant
snake.
much more. I think we have another tweet we're gonna
what
pull
is
up.
this
Erin,
one?
do you want to take this one?
Oh, my very first helicopter ride was a 2-on-1 Jesus Take the Helicopter Wheel. That was a really awkward helicopter ride. It was an awkward one there and an awkward one back because Rachel was so over it. You could tell. Even just going on that 2-on-1 date, mentally, she just did not want to be there.
And
I hate an awkward helicopter ride.
I know, me
You know
too.
what I mean? Ugh.
And jets are even worse.
Yeah, tell me about it. A G6.
It's already hard enough to
hear.
hear. So complicated. JJ, I actually want to pick your brain about these group dates because besides like the ridiculous outfits and all the other crazy stuff going on, and I also want your thoughts on the outfits, by the way. I'm also just curious to know if you think that the competitive group dates are a good thing, or do they get the guys like too riled up? She's really into sports, Rachel is, so I could see why she'd want to do it. But what are your thoughts on the competitive group dates?
Well, I mean, we went on a competitive sumo wrestling date, right?
Oh my gosh, love
And
it.
we were taught we're supposed to like push each other out. It never was pushing. It was straight up just
Wrestling?
full on wrestling. And so Clint, he picked up a guy full on like WWE style and like jackhammered one dude.
Oof, yeah.
Did a suplex in another guy. I did a sweet little hip toss in another guy. One guy broke his collarbone, you know, and they canceled the thing. You know, I mean, the show needs to understand, you know, like you give guys like fight to the death type thing. We're not going to kind of just push.
No, and the whole goal is to win, I'm assuming, so that you can
1000%.
get the attention of the Bachelorette.
But
That's the
isn't
whole
that
point.
good attention, though? Being so
Competition.
aggressive?
Here's the
I
thing,
like
but
it.
you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
It's
You don't want to be the guy that
Yeah,
gets
you're fighting
suplexed.
for like a female. You know, you're gonna trigger
I feel
some
like this is
lizard
very
brain
primal,
stuff that's
what's
like not
happening right
healthy.
now.
Plus, do you guys have a couple of drinks in you before you sumo wrestle?
We were wearing literally crotch-showing sumo outfits through Universal Studios. If I had done that sober, I don't know how. Like that's a
even
level
worse.
of man that I don't
I was
know.
just talking about this. It's even scary. Even if you do like rough sports, like the scariest thing is being at a barbecue or something, and some guy doesn't really are used to in high school. He's had a few drinks, and he's like, "Come on, let's do something, man!" And before you know it, stitches for sure, broken collarbone. It's such a terrible idea. Anyway,
I mean, we were ripping Everclear just to
Existentialism
try and
happening
get
right
ourselves
now.
in just a
I'm
good,
working up a thirst,
clear
you guys. I'm
mindset.
kind of sweating
Beautiful.
because
I'm
it's so hot in
sweating.
here. I think
Yeah.
we need a beverage, but let's check in with our barista over there, Sexy Dadams, Ryland Adams. Check in the comments section to
You
see
guys-
what's happening.
you guys
Right, guy?
You're really going strong with that Dadams thing over there.
We're never stopping.
You guys are all trying to make it a
Zadams.
thing. Yeah, Jarrett, it's part of my name. Get with the program. So lots of you are commenting on last night. I'm reading it and I'm loving it. First of all, I have to say that it's funny because somebody pointed out that we're on right after the finale of Pretty Little Liars. Tamarana Rasul says that she wants Peter to be the next Bachelor, and Jackie says that she thinks Bryan is going to win the entire show. Do you guys think any of that could be accurate?
Like the entire
Yes.
thing, like all
Like
the
the heart.
fortune, the fame, the big check. Like
Exactly.
That whole thing.
All the
That's what
Instagram
happens,
deals?
right? You know better than anyone
tea.
that, what you
Fit
take out of
tummy
The
tea.
Bachelor.
I do personally think that if anyone is a front runner right now for Rachel, it's definitely Bryan. Like
She loves
she wants to be
him.
so in his face.
Is he the guy that was in the
24/7.
hot tub?
No,
No.
that was Peter, but she's into him too.
He's the makeout artist.
I don't know who anybody is. They all look the same. They all have these generic names. I don't know.
Ross.
Yeah, I
Chad,
thought Josh
Peter,
was cool.
Tyler.
I think Jeff is neat. Kevin is cool.
Do we have any more questions over there,
Well,
Rylan?
a nice little
comments?
shout out. Ella King is commenting on Jared's fanny pack, saying that the fanny pack is coming back. It's actually getting a lot of hype in the comment section, Jared.
I feel like
so
Jared's bringing it back.
You're welcome.
That's right, dude. I'm ahead of the trends. I make the trends. I set the trends. When you guys are on this, I'll be off it. Thank you.
I also wanted to give a couple of shout outs. First up to Savannah Lopez. She says, please shout me out. She loves Clevver. And Harley Quinn, who says she's here. Also, you guys, questions for JJ. Bring them at me so we can ask him live on the show. Jazz, that's all I have for now.
Keep them mildly nice. You know, I don't want too mean of comments.
What's off limits?
No.
Yeah.
Our
Let's
audience is the
Turtles.
sweetest. Oh my gosh, no turtle talk, of course.
It's
Thanks,
kidding.
Adams. We'll be checking back in with you shortly.
Great.
Okay, so we were just actually talking about Monday night's big winner, which was Bryan. He had a one-on-one date, and it, of course, seems like Rachel would literally let him ruin her weave anytime. You guys might have seen the tweet that I'm referencing. So I want to get you guys in on this discussion. There's the tweet that we have. It says, every time Bryan puts his hands in my hair, my weave screamed. I totally understand. Anyone that's ever had extensions totally gets it. So I want to get you guys in on this discussion. Do you all think Bryan is going to be one of the final few standing? You know that I think he's going to be around, but be sure to get the conversation going. Down in the comments, we'll be checking in with you shortly. So again, that question is Bryan going to make it to the finale? And I know you all have a ton of feedback already coming in. Rylan, I have to check back in with you. I know it's literally only been 1 second, but I've got to know what else is happening out
Well,
there.
people are just going nuts in the comment section. A lot of people are actually asking for shout outs right now. So Lauren Cavetti wanted a shout out. Clay Bryce, our good friend that's
Clay!
always a fan of Clevver.
Clay is a fan favorite here.
Yeah.
Sylvia says that she's just so glad that both Lee and Kenny are gone from the show. And then I have a funny comment that says from Isabella, if Erin were to be the Bachelorette, she would be the happiest person on earth. Erin?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know how your husband would feel about that.
My husband might have a thing or two to say about that, but I would be so stressed out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could be the Bachelorette. I couldn't make out with that many people. I'd be worried about mono.
Ooh,
Would
I
your
hadn't
husband be
even thought
okay
of that.
if Ern was the Bachelorette?
If Ern went on the Bachelorette, my husband would love to watch that happen, I think.
This one's for JJ. Miriam wants to know, who do you think is going to win this season?
All in on Bryan.
All right.
All in.
Good answer.
All
Good
in.
answer.
All
Good
in.
answer. Rylan, anything else, or should we check back with you later?
You know what? Come on back a little later.
Okay, sounds good, because it is time for my favorite part of the show. It is our secret stress moment. Truthfully, I'm not even lying to you.
Sweating.
I am literally fully sweating
Sweating.
right
I'm very
now.
stressy, yeah.
It might be this large denim coat I'm wearing, but you know, TBD.
You stole off a biker outside.
I stole
Trucker.
this off a Harley rider as he rode past outside. So if you all recall from last week and pretty much every week on this show, this is the part where we all cast our opinions on the most stressful moments from last night's episode and then, of course, from tonight's episode, too. So, Erin, we are going to start with you. What was your most awkward?
Well, Jocelyn, I don't even have to think about my most awkward moment. It was the Jack Stone date that kicked off the first episode on Monday night. Things could not have been more cringe-worthy, weird, because those looks that he would give Rachel, where he'd like put his head down and his eyes would just pop up, he looked like he was going to literally just take her down. Like at any moment.
Oh, no, here's the clip when when he's trying to kiss
her,
her.
and she's like trying to hug out of it, and she doesn't want to, but he doesn't know that she doesn't want to, and it's like she gives him the cheek to kiss because she doesn't want to kiss on the mouth.
Something I've actually never seen on the show before, this is sort of groundbreaking, is that she's like, oh, I'm contagious, I'm sick. Like, she wasn't sick for anybody else, just Jack Stone.
Yeah.
She's like, he's like, I don't care. It's worth it. It's worth it. I'll get sick. Still
she's
denied.
like,
No. And his smile was so creepy. I mean, I hate to rag on the guy because the way he looked, but he just looked like he was a serial killer. It was very dark. Like, I didn't want Rachel to be caught alone with him in a room in the dark.
But she did tweet out later to say that he's a great guy,
Oh,
just
I'm
not
sure.
the guy for her.
Because she doesn't want him to kill her.
That could be true. Jarrett,
Yeah.
what was your most stressful moment?
Let me tell you, there's a lot of stress for me watching this program. I'm not a regular Bachelor watcher, so it was a little bit new. I think it's exemplary of the hypernormalization of pop culture in general. You know, we get in this strange situation, and then suddenly we all just got to go with it. I mean, I'm sure you firsthand. If I'm in any bar or something like that, and me and another guy start like hitting the same girl, I'm always like, nah, I'm good. I'm not interested.
I'm gonna tap out.
So I would say the most stressful thing for me in this episode was definitely tickle fingers. Whatever that guy was.
Oh,
who
there
I guess
he is, Jonathan.
Yeah. Oh God! And he gives her a last tickle before he goes. He's like, "Oh, you'll miss me," and she like laughs like to play it off. And again, not get murdered, obviously. You know, not stay on a list.
What do you have against ticklers?
I don't even. I mean, oh God, please don't.
Oh,
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It feels nice. But if that's the identity you're building your whole life around, I'm the tickle guy. And one day, that's what he says on his way out. He's like, one day I'll meet a girl who appreciates a good tickler.
And then he's like, bye, Rachel. He just puts up his tickle.
Like, have you ever heard somebody who broke up with someone be like, you know what I do miss though? The way he would tickle me. God.
No, I haven't heard that yet,
Those
but I haven't
tickling
met
fingers.
any of Jonathan's exes.
Anyway.
He's also apparently a pediatrician, which is a whole other story that we'll not get into on this show. But I actually like him. I think he's fun and hilarious, super awkward. I know we have to get to you, JJ. You have some awkwardness surrounding a hot tub moment that you're going to talk about for your most stressful moment.
Honestly, I don't even remember what we were going to talk about in the hot tub moment. I thought I was going to talk about the Kenny and Lee thing.
Oh, well, let's talk about the Kenny and Lee
yeah.
thing. Let's talk about that because that is definitely the pinnacle of this two-night event was the Kenny and Lee 2-on-1. Like you said, you've been a part of a 2-on-1.
I can't even believe it.
Each other and where we can go.
I have to go say goodbye. It's awful
Most
situation.
stressful for you.
Well, I think just them both knowing that they want to kill each other, right? And the whole time, like, they're trying to sit there and manage a girl while, you know, I think both of them are not focused on the girl at all. They just want to,
Yeah.
you know,
Like
get after
murder
it.
each
Yeah.
other.
So, I mean, just trying to, I guess, be professional. And I felt it on mine. Like, I actually liked the guy I went on, but the whole time you're just like, oh, man, like, we have to, like, work really hard to not make this look insanely awkward on TV and embarrass ourselves more. So, I think those guys probably didn't even think about that, but
It didn't seem like they think about it. It didn't seem like they thought about it at all, especially when Kenny left after he'd already been selected to go back and say something else to lead. That's what really made me feel very stressed out by the situation.
I felt like that was the moment that Rachel should have kicked Kenny off.
Yeah, well, also, as soon as they get a chance alone to talk to the girl, all they do is talk about the other guy and what he said about them, and it's like, don't do that. Just ignore it and be the bigger person and focus
make it
on
about
what you have with her.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I have the final stress moment here, and TBH, to be honest, there was a lot about this two-night epic situation that stressed me out, but I'm going to talk about the hot tub. Now, this hot tub was hot, hot, hot. I mean, what is going on here? That is some major tongue action going down, and that's awesome. I'm a fan of that, and this seems fun, but did you forget that there's like 25 other guys waiting for you? They were apparently gone from the group date for 3 hours. Like, oh, I'm just gonna go like talk to her for a sec and then return 3 hours later.
Is it just me, or did that hot tub look more like a bathtub?
It definitely looked like a bathtub.
I mean, a hot tub, there should be room for lots of people. That looked like a solo situation.
But there hasn't been enough hot tub action this season. I think this might be the first hot tub moment we've had, so I'm appreciative of it. But what would you say if you were on a group date and they were gone for 3 hours? Like, did that ever happen on your season?
Do we know for, like, I mean, I'm a little naive here. Was it truly 3 hours?
That's what the guys said. That's what I heard.
Or is it like, oh, they've been gone for like 3 hours? Because
well, it could have been, yeah.
on ours, like,
exaggeration.
Sean Booth went off with Caitlyn for, I would say, a good hour, right? And on a group date, and we all knew the situation. And it's sad because you kind of know who the front runner is, and there's nothing you can do. And when you go try and find the person, right, the producers kind of stop you. They won't let you go to certain places. Hey, you need to go back here. Yeah, man, I promise you you'll be the next one to talk to her when she's done. Da, da, da. And you just deep down, you're like, all right, I get it. Like, you know, I'm the guy that gets the 15 minutes, and he's the guy that gets an hour or 3 hours. And you know, you gotta just kind of suck it up, yeah.
But like when you're getting a really great hot tub shot, you just gotta like let it happen, you know?
Yeah, I mean, when Cal Spas is sponsoring The Bachelor and they're giving you a sweet hot tub, you have to run the hot tub for 3 hours.
Do it. Exactly. So you guys, now that you've heard our thoughts, we want to hear from all of you at home. So what moment from last night had you stressed out the most? Hit us up. That is the question. Comment below. Ryland's just going to start sorting through everything and let us know what you're saying in a few minutes. And I've also honestly got the perfect thing to de-stress from everything that just went down this week, and it involves a game. Leda, we already teased it. You guys better have practiced your best poker faces, because right now we are playing 2 truths and a lie.
Dun, dun, dun.
So here's how it's going to go. Each of us are just going to say our 3 facts, one of which is a lie. We're not going to say anything else. After that, we're going to move on, and then you guys are going to be a part of the game. So at the end of the show, we will reveal which one of our facts was a lie all along. Does anyone want to go first, or I'm happy to kick it off?
You should probably
It's up
kick
to
it
you.
off.
You
I
kick
had to
it off.
write my
Set the
facts down.
tone.
I did as well.
Because I have a really bad memory. Okay, so here are my 3 facts. And I'm a terrible liar, by the way. Pee Wee Herman was one of my favorite TV shows. There's that. I named a color in the crayon box. And I didn't learn to ride a bike until I was 10.
Wow.
So there are my 3 facts, guys. You do the judging.
Well, I think I know the answer to those.
Okay.
I think I know you
What
too
were
well.
they? I would know there.
We'll come back to it.
All right, yeah.
We'll come
Pee Wee
back to
Herman,
them, okay.
something else.
I
got stuck on Pee Wee.
Great.
All right.
I did love Pee Wee Herman, by the way. Anyway, I had to write mine down because I also am really bad at lying in my face. Like, you can tell that I'm lying. So I'm just going to read. Okay. I have a degree in journalism. I know how to beatbox. And I have omphilophobia.
What is that?
What's that?
Fear of belly buttons.
Oh, that's horrifying.
No, you can't test it.
Figured
you
one
cannot
out.
test it
Figured
right now.
one
If I
out.
wasn't wearing a bodysuit, I'd show you mine, too.
I'm sure you would. I think I've seen
You've
it
seen mine
already.
a lot.
Okay.
Okay, Jarrett, what are your 3 facts, one of which is a lie? You seem stressed. That part of the show's over.
All right.
Secret for you.
I got here. I need some secret. All right, mine are. One time at camp on the rifle range, I killed a chipmunk and then made me eat it.
Whoa.
Dark. I almost killed my friend in high school in a car crash.
Darker.
And I saved my brother from my baby brother from a beehive on a redwood tree one time.
Your life is too crazy for me, Jared.
A lot
like
of
all of
violence
those
and
are
death
true.
and-
I talked about Pee Wee Herman, and
and
you
crayon
talked about...
boxes.
Yeah. Crayons were in there? I don't know what
Crayons
that
were
one
in there.
was.
Cute little belly buttons.
Well, that's what we're going with.
All right, so
All right,
JJ, now that
JJ.
you've seen where the bar is, go
I mean,
ahead and
Go
yeah,
for
like
it.
it started.
Gauntlet.
I at this stage, like if I don't, have one of the things I murdered somebody, I feel like I'm dropping
It's
the ball.
okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Right after the Bachelorette, I went on a date with Anna Kendrick. I owned a motorcycle for 3 years without a license, and I had my pinky bitten off in a hockey fight.
Good one.
Did it get
Dang,
sewn
dude,
back on?
dang.
Can we see your hands?
Wait,
No
I
cheating.
hope the
unless
Anna
I won't
Kendrick.
show my belly button to you.
Oh,
Ooh,
no
this,
cheating.
this is getting fun.
And was your
cheating.
husband like born in a test tube? Like, how's this work?
Yeah, how's that
That's
work?
A real thing.
Well, we don't like touch each other.
Did you put a Band-Aid over
like,
it?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I keep talking, I have to stop.
I know. See, this
I
is
have to
all a
hold
ploy.
it.
Oh, no questions
You guys,
allowed.
now it's up to you. Before we say anything else, so leave a comment below with which lie you think each of us told. So you got to leave a comment saying, "Oh, Jocelyn, this is not true." We're gonna reveal whether or not you were right or wrong at the end of the show. But right now, as much as I know we want to keep talking about pinkies and belly buttons and Pee Wee Herman, I have got to turn it over
Squirrel mutilation.
to our resident Bachelor expert, Ashley I. She sat down with none other than Chad Johnson, and I don't know, something tells me there's going to be a whole lot of tea spillage. Take a look.
Hey guys, welcome to Tea Time with Ashley I. Today I'm here with one of the Bachelor's greatest villains, Chad. Funny thing, Chad, about these villains that I have in my tea time chair is that so many of you are just so lovely, and you're really like the most charming of all the Bachelor contestants.
Oh.
How do you feel about that?
No, I don't know why it works out like that, really. But for some reason, it seems like everybody, no matter what reality show, like the villains or the people portrayed bad are always like the coolest, chillest, fun people out there. But then you get all the nice people on TV, and they just, in real life, they all seem like jerks.
I want to talk about your love for milk because
Okay.
that was that is my favorite line of all Bachelor history, including all of my lines, is when you said, I don't get it. Milk is delicious. Like, that was the most golden thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So, tell me about your love of milk.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, milk's great.
Do you have milk in your tea? Do you take milk in your tea?
I do take milk in
Okay,
my tea.
well, I'm going to give you a little.
Oh, wow. So good. But honestly, I didn't even plan any of that stuff. I just started shooting out random stuff because I could tell I'm going home today for sure.
Yeah.
And
We
so-
all know when our time is coming to an end.
Yeah, it was just like the day was going weird, and she was being weird, he was being weird. I just got this feeling, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna start just blasting out everything I can that I think is funny. And he had everything I said, he fell for it. Like when I said the thing about milk, and he's like, I don't drink milk. Like, why would you say that, dude? I'm gonna have something so great. And even then, I said, life ain't all blueberries and paper airplanes, and he was like, I think we can agree on that. I looked at the camera guys, and I was like, is he? That's not a saying. Like, I just made that up, dude. Like, don't agree with something I literally just came up with.
You are going to be on the new season of Famously Single.
Mm-hmm.
You're following in Josh Murray's footsteps, actually.
Yeah.
Tell me all about Famously Single. I know it was a good experience for him.
Famously Single, it's basically 4 guys, 4 girls. You're thrown into a house, like a loft in LA, and then every day we wake up, we do therapy, and then at night we do like activities that are related to our therapy. So like we'll either go to a bar, go on a date, do blind dates. It's all types of stuff to figure out why you're single.
If you could eat anything you wanted, what would you eat?
On Earth?
On your last meal of life.
Ooh, tiramisu.
That's
or wait,
it.
like a really good chicken sandwich, like a fried chicken sandwich.
Okay, like a chicken cutlet sandwich with a lot of mayo.
With like, and honey mustard.
Nice.
Maybe some ribs too. All of that though, not like.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Well, you could add more to that. for
Ooh,
your last
and
meal.
calamari. Love calamari. And queso. Calamari and queso.
Yes, queso! Well, you guys, he's not a villain. He's just pretty damn awesome. And we'll go back to you guys in the studio now.
Good old Chad. We actually had him in your spot on the show. Have you ever met him?
I'm gonna have to decontaminate the scene.
Oh. Yeah, is it like a truth that all the Bachelor people know each other? Like a lot of them live here in LA, but you're obviously friends with Clint, but do you hang out with anybody else from the show, like from past seasons?
You know, Wells is the only guy from the current or
He's a
from
cool
this last
guy.
season that I know, and then I mean only one I've known, and then Tanner, Jared, Bob Guiney, the OG we call him.
Oh, and he's like in a band and stuff now,
Yeah,
right?
Bob's legit OG. Like we kind of like we go to Sunday service to worship Bob. So you know he's awesome.
He's a cutie.
Chris, yeah, a handful of the guys, but it's a pretty small. Like for me, I don't really fraternize with this crew that often, but you know I've never met Chad before.
Well,
but
hey.
I can feel his aura here, and
Feel his
it's
energy.
darkness.
Oh, coming off of the couch.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's time for us to check in with our Bachelor bracket predictions. I cannot talk. Too much excitement. Also too much coffee. So we also filled out our brackets early on in the season. Here is what it looks like. You guys can see it on the monitor. I don't know about you all. Mine is a totally hot mess. All of the things I had predicted are not happening. I actually predicted that Josiah was going to win.
Same.
And we said bye-bye to him tonight. So I'm at a loss. How are you guys feeling? We don't have brackets for you guys, but if you had to pick, who would you pick for the winner of this whole situation?
I'm going with this Bryan fellow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My top runners are Bryan, hot tub guy, who's Peter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or I just really took a liking to Eric for his
I like
sad,
Eric.
true, vulnerable honesty. I love that.
Yeah.
Me too.
I mean,
too.
Peter's always at the
Not
top of
into
my
it.
list.
I don't like the vulnerability, you know. And
I like your honesty.
you know, with a name like Dean, it just sounds strong. You know, I feel
He's like
Dean,
the opposite of that.
No,
Well,
I feel
damn
like
it.
he is strong.
I don't know
He's
if
like
it's
a baby.
strong.
He's like 25 years old.
He's like great teeth.
It is a strong name though. You picture a man just made of sausage, you know, Jimmy Dean. You know what I mean? Like Dean. I'm just made of pork.
Now I'm actually
Yummy.
losing interest on Dean. I
Starting
might
to
go
get
with Bryan.
hungry.
That's how I
Erin, what
do
about
it,
you?
dude.
We filled out the brackets. Who did you pick?
I had Josiah in like my top 4, but after that creepy date where he was just like
Hover-handing.
prophesying over her life, and she was like, "You don't even know my dad. Like, why are you talking about my life like that? Like, you have no idea." After that date, I was like, Josiah, you gotta go, babe. You need to go get some help. Like, you can't date women right now. You're not ready for this. You're too creepy.
I know, but he has a really great backstory, so I don't know. Maybe he'll come back for some future Bachelor fun. I don't know.
So that's like what's valued is like oh, this guy's a great backstory, so like he should like,
Yeah.
you know.
I know, you're
Can we
so
just get
right.
into my
It's
like? I never
current.
let my backstory get on, but that's the case. I want a rerun. You know,
And then get your
geez.
backstory on.
Yeah,
let's
you need
play
to
the
get
stick
backstory,
around.
for sure.
All right, so you guys watching at home, be sure to leave a comment as to who you think is true husband material. We're not talking backstories, we're talking true husband potential. And I know you've got a lot to say right now about the moment that had you stressed out. So let's go over to Rylan. What do you have happening? What's the most stressful moment, and what else do you have to share?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to weigh in on who the audience thinks is going to win. As
Really?
of right now,
Okay.
I would say 90% of people are actually voting for Peter.
Always.
But for the
Yes.
final two, a lot of people are saying that it will be Peter and Bryan. So that's what's happening in the comment sections. But as far as the stressful moments from the night, Jasmine says Will not kissing Rachel was a cringe fest. Cameron Emery says Tickle Fingers was creepy AF. And then this one cracked me up a little bit. Sandy Howard said my stress moment was when Will was just standing there instead of kissing Rachel. It reminded me of when Prince Eric was avoiding Ariel's kisses in The Little Mermaid.
Oh, good
So
Deep cut.
I thought that
Good
was
ref.
pretty
Wow.
good. A couple of questions for JJ. Jessica Williams says, did you find being a contestant on The Bachelorette stressful?
You know, there were times it was stressful, but you know, nothing a little fireball can't cure. You know,
Did they just feed you liquor?
you choose. To their credit, like you ask and they provide. They're not sitting there, you know, putting the dental thing in your mouth and just kind of holding you down. Like,
Right.
I mean, you're making a
Right.
conscious,
It's not a
grown-up
torture
choice.
chamber.
Yes, to imbibe.
Well, Liz Nicole says, do you think that you would ever consider or want to be The Bachelor?
Well, even if I desperately wanted it and it was like my lifelong goal, I know that I would never be The Bachelor, so I've set lower goals for my life. You know, like getting a regular job, eventually phasing off posting teeth whitening ads. You know, I'm setting like very like realistic goals for myself. So
Those fits in
Alright.
the teeth things pay a lot.
One step at a time,
Yeah.
you know?
it's a weaning process though. But no, I mean, gosh, if they said, JJ, we want you to be The Bachelor and you're going to date 25 amazing women, I wouldn't cut any of them. You know, I'd move to Utah and we'd make this thing work.
I love that you brought up teeth whitening because as we teased at the beginning of the show, you did have like this interesting bachelor dental experience connection while in Los Angeles. Please share with the world because I love this story and this connection.
Yeah, well, so I lost a tooth playing hockey and I've had a couple other things go wrong in my mouth. And as I'm like 5 minutes from my hotel, I text Cupcake Strandberg,
Who was on our
my
show.
season.
He was on a couple weeks ago.
He was on
Yeah.
our show a couple
And
weeks
I was
ago.
like, hey man, I'm in LA. He's like, calls me, JJ, can you just like change your Uber and come into my office right now? I really want to look at your tooth. I was like, okay.
Wow, passionate.
And you know, like obviously, I mean, I know what I'm up against on the dental front. I was like, sure, dude. Like I go there thinking it's just gonna be a quick thing. 4 hours later,
Stop.
I spent first 4 hours I was in LA sitting in his like office, like under the thing, and then had to go back today for a couple more hours. And
Wow. Do you get the friends and family discount with all that dental work?
yeah, like let's put it this way: teeth whitening ads and protein powders don't pay for the dental work I would have cost me retail value. Okay.
Wow.
So like, it's a great thing. Thank you, Chris. Much appreciated.
Oh, that's very sweet. I
Yes.
love that so much. Rylan, do you have any more questions over
Real
there?
quick, I just wanted to give some shout outs. So many people are being so nice in the comment section. Andrea Victoria says shout out. She's also Team Bryan, Jen Fuentes, and Chloe Williams. And then I also, since I know that very shortly you guys are going to be talking about 2 truths and a lie, I want you guys to weigh in on what lies you think that all of them had among their truths.
So many lies. Also, we've talked a lot about the first episode that we saw this week, but I also want to reference the episode we just watched tonight and how literally everyone has gone home. I feel like in the last 2 episodes, half of the contestants are gone. Half of the contenders for her heart have gone home. Are you feeling like shook by all of this?
Yeah, I totally am shook, Jocelyn. Thank you for asking. I'm very shocked that Kenny went home. I'm actually really sad that she just didn't cut him right when she was cutting Lee. It's like dragging him on, especially after seeing him and his daughter cry and have that
FaceTime so
emotional
much.
moment. I'm so connected to his story. I think Kenny should be the next Bachelor, honestly.
He brought his daughter on a FaceTime on the show.
Yeah,
Tons of FaceTiming. Tons
he's
of
such a good
FaceTiming.
dad.
No, I
loves
completely
her.
disagree.
Oh, really? Why?
Completely disagree.
No, because
Yeah,
he
why?
can't see
Let me give you a
her.
counterpoint. I couldn't see I have a 5.5-year-old daughter. I FaceTimed her every single day. I didn't do it on camera, and I didn't do it for effect, right?
Right.
I didn't do it for people to see it, where they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, she has a daughter. That's so sweet," right? And it plays in your story.
What's a part of your story? Why can't you
But
show that?
you're leveraging your daughter
Yeah.
on TV, and you're putting her in this
I get
situation.
it.
Isn't
I
my
think
daughter
there's some
part
truth
of the
to that.
package as well? Like whoever.
I can talk to her about. I had a daughter. I was never lying
Yeah.
about that.
Right, but you don't have to
need
put her
to
on
show
camera,
her,
which I
and
get.
her voice and her face does
Yeah.
not need to be.
Got it.
But that's
spread
cool
thin.
that they let you talk to her. I didn't know that they let you communicate with like your loved ones at all while you're on the show. That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like if he gets further along, like if you're late in the game, then you have to meet the family. Then it might
Right.
make sense. But it does seem like leveragey. I would prefer to be FaceTimed one of his wrestling buddies. You know, like maybe when they're on the road.
You'd like that conversation
yeah,
better.
Torpedo,
Just
man.
be like,
yeah, how was the
"Oh,
match in Dubuque
dude,
last night?
It's rough here, brother. It's rough. You know. That would've
I
been
was
nice.
really surprised, honestly, that Will went home. I thought that he was just getting like rising higher and higher in the pack, and I thought he was going to stick around. And when she was like, "Can I walk you out?" I was really honestly surprised.
I feel like she's not giving these guys second chances, really. I think she's
I think
like,
she knows
you know
what
what?
she wants.
I like
don't
that.
like
yeah.
you right now, and I think you're gonna go home right now. Sorry, bye.
I like that. I respect that.
Well, it is a
yeah.
situation where she's like, honestly, I think you're cool and like we could like date or whatever, but I don't want you to be my husband. And if you know that, why are you going to keep somebody around?
For
See,
good television.
This is why I wish I was
true.
The Bachelor for one reason. I would have been, the first episode would have been most dramatic. They would have walked out of that limo and I'd be like, "Get back in that limo."
No.
I would actually pay to watch that.
Back in that limo. No, get back.
Bye.
You came in with a whole marching band. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, so sadly, I got to let you know, we are nearing the end of our show, but as we promised you, we would reveal our lies from 2 truths and a lie. So, Erin, I'm going to let you go first and reveal your lie.
I'm revealing it. So mine was that I had omphilophobia, fear of belly buttons, that I know how to beatbox, and that I have a degree in journalism. Do you guys?
Are we supposed to guess which one
Do you
it
guys
is?
want to guess?
I know what the lie is.
Yeah.
What was it? Omphilophobia, journalism. What was the other one?
Beatboxing.
You can't beatbox.
Yeah,
Are you saying that you
can't
can?
do it well.
Is that what that
Totally.
was?
I didn't say it was good. I just said that I could do it. So
Fine,
you're
I
wrong.
accept.
You're wrong. You're
I
wrong.
accept.
Does anybody else want to guess? Do you want to guess?
I mean, I'm just going to have to assume you quit after the 3rd year and, dropped out. So, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She actually, you're like a pre-med student,
No.
Yeah,
right?
I was pre-med
Okay.
in college, actually. Fun fact. But I have a degree.
Hence, I guess why she knows what that belly button thing is all about.
Omphilophobia. That's
You
a doc-
are
that's
afraid
some
of belly
doctor
I am
ass.
afraid of belly buttons, terrified of belly
Wow,
buttons.
that's weird.
Yeah.
Where did they lead? That's my question.
You were connected to your mother, and that's like, it's still there. And like, no one talks about
Wouldn't it
it.
be
But
cool if
where
it was
does
like
it
an
go
avatar
inside?
tail that we still had forever?
Does it connect to someone else's belly
to plug
button?
it in
No,
the
it just
trees.
goes to your organs. It's
All right.
weird.
Well, we can talk about omphilophobia forever, but Jarrett,
Yeah.
what's your lie?
Mine were that. Do you want to guess? Do you remember what they were?
What were they?
Something involving a chipmunk.
I killed a native chipmunk
saved
at
someone
camp.
from
Well,
a crash?
they made me eat it after I shot it. And then I almost killed my friend in a crash. So I almost killed him. We both survived. It's fine. And nobody died. And then and I saved my brother from bees.
It's got to be the 3rd one because
Yeah.
like that
Clearly,
was.
you just gave a lot of details on that.
Bees,
So-
because that was in like My Girl.
So did your brother just die from bees and you didn't
That's
save him?
made
Is
up.
that how you
Nah.
came up
You
with
stole
it?
that from My Girl.
The chipmunk was a lie.
What?
That was so specific.
I didn't kill a chipmunk, you psychos. Come on.
Was it a raccoon?
It was a raccoon. I would never kill a raccoon. I love raccoons. They're my people.
Okay.
We relate. We just like eat trash. We're so I love it. No, that.
Which
the others for
brother
sure.
did you say from the bee?
Connor, my baby brother.
Aw,
He
thank
was
God.
like tilted over a redwood tree. He was 100 years old. And he climbed up at me. Oh, I'm having fun. And then he was like, wait, there's a lot of bees up here. Wait, there's a lot of bees up here.
That's
And
like
he
my
started
girl.
panicking.
That is like my
In
girl.
My Girl, I had My Girl
Yeah, it was scary.
flashbacks.
Climbed that tree, got him down 20
Wow.
Wow,
I need you
so,
around.
JJ, I feel like you're really getting to know us a
Adrenaline.
lot better.
I
What's
am,
your
yeah.
lie?
And also, never trust a man with a fanny pack. I've reaffirmed that stereotype so many times
feet.
tonight.
You know
it's
what
insane.
I'm keeping in here. You know what I mean?
All the
Probably a
secrets.
squirrel or a raccoon. Yeah, so mine was Anna Kendrick, motorcycle license, and
Oh, so those are
Pinky.
true.
I mean, you're.
Anna Kendrick?
You
no,
have
I just
No,
said those
I
are the
think-
3 topics.
I think it's the pinky
Me
thing.
too.
Me too. Where's
Because
the
you
pinky
seem to have
thing?
all your fingers. And you said it was in hockey where you wear a glove, which would be hard to bite through.
Yeah, I didn't go on a date with Anna Kendrick, but if you're watching
Oh,
Anna,
I
because that was a little crazy, very jealous.
Wait, so what's going? How'd you get it back?
I mean, it was like cut off all the way to the
He
bone,
grew
just
it.
hanging, and then they sewed it back on.
Who bit it
Wow.
And in a hockey fight, you drop your glove, so.
That was a fight. That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
Can you still feel it now?
No, I don't have feeling in the pinky.
It's worth it though. It's a good story.
It's funny to think. I thought you got it in the course of normal hockey playing, not like in
Some
a
dude
fight.
just gnawing on like
He was
fabric.
just like it's some weird new hockey move. I don't know.
Okay, so
Wow.
so
That's
mine were
awesome.
that Pee Wee Herman was one of my favorite shows as a kid. I named a color in the crayon box, and I didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was 10.
In the official crayon box?
Yep.
I know that your favorite person or your favorite TV show was Stefan Urkel.
I did love Step by Step. I love TGIF. I love Family Matters, all the shows. But which was my lie?
Wow,
That was
Guys,
your
that's the
lie.
question.
You think Pee Wee was the lie?
Yeah, Pee Wee's
I kind of think Pee Wee was the lie too, because I definitely believe you didn't learn to ride a bike till you were 10. And the crayon box is so specific.
The crayon
What do
box
you
for
think,
sure
JJ?
happened.
Now that you've known me for about an hour.
I don't know. You guys are pretty good at this game. I guess I'm gonna say the crayon box is a lie.
Well, you guys, the truth is that yes, I did name the color Tickle Me Pink, which is in the large size crayon
You didn't know
box.
that?
Dr. Tickle Finger Me Pink.
That's probably why I love Jonathan so
Oh,
much.
you didn't know
Tickle
that?
Fingers.
Wow.
Like,
But
it's
I
like
actually got kind of
everybody.
confused when I was doing the game. So all of them were like almost true, but I didn't learn how to ride a bike probably till I was like 8.
Well,
So
that's
that
a
was
little.
why.
No, that's good. That's a good strategy.
It's like an
cutthroat.
almost truth. And then the other one about Pee Wee. I mean, Pee Wee's Playhouse and those films.
And
those
the rubber
classic
band
films.
ball. The rubber band ball and the
Loner,
aluminum
Dottie,
foil
a rebel.
ball.
Well, you guys, before we dive too deep into the 90s in a time that perhaps some of you weren't even alive, we're going to move on. It is officially time for us to part ways. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Be sure to come back next week. Actually, not next week because it's 4th of July. And we're going to be having some fun. We're going to be back the week after that. And you guys know where we're going to be. Also, be sure to leave a comment letting us know all your thoughts and reactions to last night's episode and tonight's episode. Keep following along with us every single week as we check in with our Bachelorette brackets. It's not too late, you guys. You too can participate. It is not too late to join the party, so click right on down in the info section to join if you want to fill out your bracket, etc., etc. And you guys, of course, we have to thank this guy right over here, JJ, for traveling all the way from Colorado to be with us here today
So
on
I
our
could
show.
go to the dentist.
Exactly. We
In
were happy
LA.
that we could travel you out here to have your dentist appointment. How can people keep up with you? Like, where are you at? Social media, etc. All the socials.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I believe it's Instagram is. That's funny. I don't even think about it.
I think we have it on the monitor.
JJH Lane.
Ooh.
I think. Am I right?
That is right. You got your
well done.
You got your
Wow.
social handle correct. Do you have anything fun coming up that you want to like tease the audience with?
You know, hey, stay tuned to my Instagram. Tomorrow I'll be with my daughter, and she's got hockey practice. So Wednesdays
That's so
are
cute.
always a big day for my Instagram stories.
Hockey
Love
dad.
it.
How's she doing? Is she like pretty fierce out there on the?
You know,
Does
she's
she
pretty
still have her
tenacious
pinky?
last practice. She still has her pinky.
Good.
Okay.
There was
good.
an 8-year-old boy who was a little rough with her a couple weeks
Oh
ago.
no.
And he was kind of pushing her in the line, and so she was like, I don't know what to do. So she moved, and I was just like, next time he does that, just hack his shin as
Love
hard
it.
as you can.
I love
that. Ooh,
She's
the
like, well, what
shin.
are
I've never
like
tried
the
that
coach? She's
one.
like, I'll worry about the coach. You just hack the shin, and we'll
Yeah.
worry about. She
Slash
hacked the
it.
What a
shin.
great
Kids never bother her
dad.
again.
Wow.
Cool.
Good, dude.
And that's the
good.
beauty of hockey. I've only been to one hockey game growing up in LA. Like, we don't have cold. So I went to one game and I was like excited to see some brawls go down. So good job.
Yeah, I mean, it's legalized assault on the ice. It's nice, even starting at the
Cool.
5-year-old age. It's fantastic.
Bare knuckle.
And I have to say thank you guys, the watchers of this wonderful live feed, for continuing to watch and share this video and follow along with us every single week. We love hearing your comments and reading your crazy thoughts in the comments. So be sure to come back every week, but not next week because it's 4th of July for all things Bachelorette.
Yeah, it's true. You're the reason we're here, people, the reason we're employed. We cannot thank all of you enough. And thanks again to our sponsor, Secret. Secret Clinical is there to keep you protected against unexpected stress sweat. One less thing to worry about when you're worrying about dumping someone on live TV.